I'm doing great. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm really doing really well. So now, since the last time you were here, you moved. You went.
I did.
You moved to South Carolina.
Yeah, I tried to hang out with you a few times. You didn't return my calls, so I got out of this town. I'm out of here.
Did you not like it here in L.A.?
You know, I lived here for 20 years. And no, I did not like it.
Yeah,
here.
it didn't seem. I always kind of got that sense from you that you just didn't really feel comfortable here.
I mean, I should like it. I met my wife here. I got a job here. I had 2 kids here, but
And you got out?
Nothing cool happened here. No, I moved to Charleston 2 years ago. We shot Vice Principals in Charleston,
Right.
And we just loved it down there. We thought it was awesome. The people were great. The
and you're just
town
like,
was
I'm
great.
just gonna stay.
Yeah, me and it's like 10 guys I work with. We were all kind of in the same boat.
Really,
We
you
were like,
all moved down
yeah,
there?
let's be pilgrims.
Did Bill Murray convince you to go down there in the first place?
He had convinced us to shoot Vice Principals down there because he lives there as well.
Right.
And so, like, it's good enough for him. It's
Yeah.
good enough for me.
Well, that's when you know that people really want you to be in a project, when they will actually move to the city you live in.
Yeah, to do
just
it.
so it's a short commute for you.
Exactly.
And now, are you hanging out with Bill now that you live there?
I've seen Bill quite a few times, but I mean, he's a very busy man. He has his hands in a lot of different pies. And, so
Literally, he walks around putting his hands in pies. It's the kind of thing he does.
But I had, lived here. I had friends here. So moving to Charleston, I needed, as an adult, to make new friends.
Oh, did you really?
And I was like, man, it's been a long time since I've had to put myself out there. And,
How do you do it?
meet
How do
people.
you make friends?
Well, I just didn't do it. I just kind of stayed in my house.
That's what most my dad has no friends.
I know. I was like, this is how it happens. You make a big life move, and then you don't have any friends to show up at your birthday party.
Right.
But,
yeah.
But so my wife was engaged in me trying to figure it all out. So
I see.
after a lot of encouragement, she set me up on basically a blind date with another dad. And, and
This is a friend of your kids' friends?
It was a friend of my wife's, and our sons were friends. And she's like, yeah, he wants to take you. He wants to hang out with you. He's into finding shark's teeth and stuff. Would you be into that? And I was like, well, I've never done that before, but yeah, that seems like that'd be cool. I'm down.
You did?
I'll meet up with him. So I found myself looking at my outfits, is this cool to find shark's teeth in? And the pickup was 7 p.m. at night, and I was like, that's weird that we're gonna go find shark's teeth at nighttime, but whatever, I don't know. Maybe it's been a while. And I meet this guy, pulls up. I meet him, I get in his car, and we're cruising, making small talk, and it's it's going well. And then I start asking him questions so we're gonna go, what are we going to the beach or something? He's like, oh, no, we're not going to the beach. We're going for prehistoric shark's teeth. We're going an hour inland that used to be under the ocean. So these are ancient sharks. I'm like, oh, like megalodons. He's like, yeah. I'm like, and how do you know where to find them? And he's like, oh, there's these sand quarries out here, and you can find them in the bottom of those. I'm like, so you know the guys who own the sand quarry? He's like, oh, no. We're breaking into this place. And
now this is kind
and I was
of
like,
fun.
oh, I didn't know this was going to be a trespassing situation. But I was trying to make a good impression with this guy. So
Sure.
I didn't want to appear to be afraid of breaking into a place. So we get there, and I'm kind of just trying to ask questions but not be nervous. They got security, cops? So what are we getting into here? And he's like, oh, yeah, there's definitely security here. So just turn your headlamp off and run if you see anybody.
What?
I was like, okay, so this is the plan. So we get there, and there's a big fence, and, of course, it's locked. And it's kind of I'm ready to peace out. Okay, it's locked. We tried to get out here and get the shark's teeth, but they thwarted us. But that wasn't enough. We climbed the fence, and it had been a while since I had climbed a chain link fence. One that's taller than you. It's very tough. And after about 20 minutes, I got over the fence, and we got in there, and I got to admit, it was actually pretty amazing. We were scavenging around this place in the dark, and we did find a ton of megalodon shark's teeth. And,
wait a minute.
And I stole them and took them home.
You did? How big are they?
They're massive. They're this big. And it became a new hobby of mine to break into sand quarries and steal shark's teeth.
And steal things, yeah. Wow, that's
Great.
crazy.
Yeah.
So you display them now, and you tell the
I do.
story
I have a big jar
of your heroism and bravery?
I almost got busted by that one security guard with this one. Yeah.
Do any of your Hollywood friends come visit you in Charleston?
Yes, a bunch have come down. I had a pretty interesting guest shortly after we moved there. One day, I got a phone call out of nowhere, and the voice sounded familiar, but I wasn't sure it was. And I was like, hello? And he's like, hey, is Danny there? I'm like, this is him. He's like, this is Kanye West. I was like, oh, is it really? I thought it was a joke. And He basically said that he was a fan of mine and wanted to come hang out.
Well, how did he get your phone number?
I guess Kanye has his ways, I guess. I don't know. I have no clue.
He wanted to come hang out.
He wanted to come hang out. I think he thought I lived in Los Angeles.
Oh.
And so, and then I was like, no, I live in Charleston. And he was quiet for a minute. He's like, okay, I can go there too. And so it was, once again, one of those situations where I'm like being set up with like another dude, and I'm getting nervous about like, what does Kanye like to do? Like, what should I wear when Kanye gets here? So I'm always worried about what I'm wearing.
He's just coming to see you?
Yeah, he had an idea for a project that I think was a pretty brilliant idea.
What can you say what the idea was?
He wanted to do a movie about the story of his life, and he wanted me to play him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Pretty good.
That's great.
Yeah.
So when is this happening?
Hopefully, you know, if Gemstones doesn't go well, maybe next we'll.
What the hell?
So I thought it was a cool enough idea to be like, yeah, I would love to hang out and talk about it. So he came down there and.
He came to your house?
Yeah, we hung out. We went out in a boat. We just talked. He was awesome. It was the most incredible afternoon. And then when we were done hanging out and talking about the movie, we came back into my house, and my son is 7 years old, and he was just standing there waiting for us. And he's like, Papa, do you think Kanye West wants to watch me play Fortnite? And I was like, I mean, do you want to watch him play Fortnite? And he was like, yeah. And then we just sat there and watched my son play Fortnite. And then he flew home.
Are you sure this happened? Because you've done drugs, right? I mean,
I have.
You have, right? I mean, is it true? Are you 100%? Like, have you spoken to your son afterwards?
It was like a dream. We both saw it. Yeah. Yeah.
You did. He saw it too.
Yep.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah, so you moved to Charleston, and a lot of good things started happening.
Yeah, no kidding. That's super crazy in every way. Even just going out on a boat with Kanye is weird. Who decided to go out on the boat?
That was my idea. I was like, we should take him out. And when he showed up, he was wearing it was in the middle of the summer. It's pretty hot in Charleston. He was wearing a heavy-duty sweatshirt and sweatpants. And we were going to go out. I'm like, man, are you sure? It's going to be pretty hot out there. And he's like, nah, I'm fine. And then we got out on the boat, and like 5 minutes later, he was just dripping sweat, and he was not fine. He's like, my assistant said it was going to be cold here.
Yeah.
He's like, no, it's South Carolina in July. It's not that cold here.
Well, he's probably too stylish to want to wear your clothes is probably what happened there. Holy moly. Well, if this project goes forward, I don't know if I'd love to play Kim Kardashian opposite your Kanye.
I thought that would be a good move.
You know, I mean, this.
That'd be good.
If you could play him, I could play her, right?
Yeah, yep. I think that's a good move.
We'll hash it out after the show.
You stole it from the church.
Yeah, duh.
So technically, it's not yours.
Except it is mine, because I'm the one who found a hiding place. I had to sneak, I had to climb stuff, I had to think it through. I stole that money fair and square. You did not.
That money would be gone if it was not for my bravery and knowledge and courage to go back into the whole melee and grab those bags. That's true facts. So now we need to figure out a meaningful way in which we can divvy it up.
No. How about nobody gets a cut, okay? How about it all goes back to the church?
I like that plan. That's a good plan. Yes, now we're talking.
No, I don't like that plan.
That is Danny McBride in the Righteous Gemstones. It premieres August 18th on HBO. This is your third HBO show.
This is the third one, yep.
This is funny. This one's an hour long. This is like a drama as much as it is a comedy in a way.
Yeah, it's an ensemble. So there's a big cast. John Goodman's in it, Adam Devine, Edie Patterson, who was in Vice Principals. Yeah, it was a blast.
You got a nice cast. How did John Goodman get involved in it?
You know, they asked me. They were like, you know, when we were trying to figure out who would play the dad, they were like, what do you think about John Goodman? It's like, obviously, he'd be amazing, you know, but he's not going to show up in this. And, and then we sent him the script, and he did. And then I called my collaborators like, John Goodman's going to do this. This is a real TV show with a real actor.
The idea of this show, John Goodman plays your dad.
Yes.
And Adam plays your brother.
Yeah, and we're this like really wealthy televangelist family that are filthy rich, and our mother has passed away, and she was really sort of the spark of the whole family. And so now Dad's left to kind of pick up the pieces, and he's looking to his children to carry it on, but we lack the moral compass to be ministers.
Yes, and yet your parishioners do not know that, or your congregation.
No, we are hypocrites.
Yeah. How did you happen upon this particular area? Is this televangelism something that you've been interested in?
You know, I grew up in a pretty religious house. When I was a kid, my mom did like puppet ministry, so she would do like puppets and you know,
what is exactly puppet ministry? Wow.
You know, we built this stage, and it would come up in the middle of the sermon, and she had characters and would do these voices and teach these little moral tales. Yeah, so I grew up watching all of that stuff, and then I translated into making Eastbound and Down. So it's very similar to what she was doing.
You made a mockery of her work at the church, yeah, in a way. So this was for adults or for little kids?
It was for little kids, yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you shot the whole thing, obviously.
We shot the whole thing down in Charleston, South Carolina. We also, the guys I moved there with, we all worked together. We did Halloween down there.
Oh, yeah, you wrote the Halloween
we wrote that and shot that there. So we've been trying to get South Carolina to, like, raise their tax incentives so we can shoot more projects there because we've tapped them out.
How do you do it? Did you lobby or something?
I don't know anything about politics at all, but that is what you do. You lobby. And so we went to, like, whatever, I don't know about politics, the government house, the place where the government people are.
Okay. The DMV.
I told you. Yeah, the DMV. Yep. There you go. I have all the answers there. And, yeah, they actually introduced us on the floor of the Senate. And I was pretty nervous, like, oh, this is crazy that we're here. And this has got to be a pretty, like, serious job these people have. And they introduced me as Kenny Powers, as the Shelby sensation. I was like, they were fans there.
Oh, that's good.
But they still didn't raise the incentive.
Are you kidding me? Did you tell them you're Kanye Powers now?
I should have. I really should have. I should have brought Kanye there.
Yes, of course. Why not bring Kanye there? And so it's still pending, or is it something?
We're working on them. They even sat us down with the governor, McMasters, and I think he was looking at us just like, who are these guys that they?
Yeah, you made a mistake. You shouldn't have moved there first. You should have said, hey, we'll move here.
We wanted to put our money where our mouth was and prove that we were there for the long haul.
For the long haul, yeah.
But we sat down with McMasters, and he's kind of looking at us. There's all these press people around. Everyone's taking photos. I think he just kind of looked at me just like, why are they wasting my time with these three idiots?
Well, tell them, listen, we brought John Goodman to you. What more do you want?
Yeah.
Well, the show is great. I'm glad you got another one. It's on HBO once again. It's called The Righteous Gemstones. It premieres August 18th. Danny McBride, everybody. Thank you, Danny. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. An evil wizard has trapped me inside this YouTube video. Click subscribe to help me escape.